to significantly decrease consumption of energy-dense snacks and increase consumption of fruit and vegetables. Rather than reducing fat and calories, the study reduced snacks and sugar. Similar to other programs, it tried to increase exercise and involve families as much as possible. But mostly, its methods were almost like your grandmother's advice to lose weight. 1. Cut down sugars and starches. 2. Stop snacking. These strategies attack the worst offenders of insulin secretion and resistance. Snacks tend to be cookies, pretzels, crackers, and other foods that are very high in refined carbohydrates. So reducing snacks reduced refined carbohydrate intake. Reducing sugar and refined carbohydrates will reduce insulin. Reducing snacking frequency prevents persistent high insulin levels, a key component of insulin resistance. These strategies lower insulin levels, a crucial central problem of obesity. The program decreased consumption of packaged snacks and fruit juice by approximately 1/2 cup daily. The program decreased consumption of packaged snacks and fruit juice by approximately 1/2 cup daily. This study's results could not be more different from those of previous ones. Both the 2 and 3.5-year-old children showed significantly better weight reduction compared to the control group. The prevalence of obesity was reduced by 2% to 3%. Success at long last. In Southwest England, 6 schools launched a program called Ditch the Fizz. The single goal was to reduce soda drinking in children aged 7 to 11 years. The program succeeded in reducing daily consumption by about 5 ounces, 150 milliliters, which resulted in a decrease in obesity by 0.2%. While it may seem trivial, obesity increased among the control group by a massive 7.5%. Reducing the use of sugar-sweetened beverages is a highly effective method of preventing childhood obesity. This program was effective because it contained a very specific message: reduce soda consumption. Other programs are too ambitious and too vague, and often multiple messages repeat in an endless loop. The importance of reducing intake of sugar-sweetened beverages can get lost in the cacophony. Grandma said, while study showed the failure of conventional weight loss strategies, we plunged ahead with additional exercise programs. We spent money and energy promoting exercise or building playgrounds in a misguided attempt to curb childhood obesity. When I grew up in the 1970s in Ontario, Canada, we had the Participation Program, which was revived in 2007 at a cost of $5 million. Participation's explicit aim is increasing physical activity in children with a tagline of "Bring back play." Having watched my own children play exuberantly everywhere, I somehow doubt that play is in danger of disappearing. The original program that ran from the 1970s to the 1990s make a dent in the obesity crisis, but instead of burying these tired ideas, we resurrected them. Michelle Obama launched the Let's Move campaign with the ambitious goal of ending childhood obesity. Her strategy? Eat less, move more. Does she believe that this advice will work now, after 40 years of uninterrupted failure? Insulin, not calories, causes weight gain. It's not, and never was, a matter of restricting calories. It's a matter of reducing insulin. Despite the blunders, the news on childhood obesity is good. Recently, an unexpected ray of hope shone through the darkness. In 2014, the Journal of the American Medical Association reported that obesity rates for the age group 2 to 5 years had dropped by 3% between 2003 and 2012. There was no change in youth or adult rates of obesity. However, since childhood obesity is strongly linked to adult obesity, this is indeed very good news. Some groups wasted no time in congratulating themselves on a job well done. They believe that their campaign of physical activity and caloric reduction has played a key role in this success. I don't buy it. The answer is more straightforward. Consumption of added sugars steadily increased from 1977 along with obesity. By the late 1990s, increasing attention focused on the key role that sugars play in weight gain. The irrefutable truth remained that sugar causes weight gain, with no redeeming nutritional qualities. Sugar intake began to fall in 2000, and After a 5 to 10 year lag, so did obesity. We see this first in the youngest age group, since they have had the least exposure to high insulin levels and therefore have less insulin resistance. The most ironic part of this entire wretched episode is that we already knew the answers. The pediatrician Dr. Benjamin Spock wrote his classic Bible of child rearing, Baby and Childcare, in 1946. For more than 50 years, it was the second best-selling book in the world after the Bible. Regarding childhood obesity, he writes, rich desserts can be omitted without risk and should be by anyone who is obese and trying to reduce. The amount of plain starchy foods, cereals, breads, potatoes, taken is what determines how much weight they gain or lose. This, of course, was exactly what Grandma would say. Cut back sugars and starchy foods. No snacking. If only we had listened to Grandma instead of Big Brother. Part 5. What's wrong with our diet? Chapter 14. The deadly effects of fructose. Sugar is fattening. This nutritional fact enjoys almost universal agreement. The 19th
Morning. How are you this fine morning?
Oh, fine. Sandbag's gonna be at my house today.
Oh,
So exciting.
we have squats. You can squat a barbell if you want. Chance has trouble sleeping, like time until like waking up as early is like killer for her.
You would.
Oh yeah, because I didn't even hear you say that. On the way home, we stopped and got to make spaghetti because I wanted spaghetti, and she goes, "So do you have the early class tomorrow?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Text Sammy." I go, "Why would I text Sammy?" She goes, "She said that she would jump in and demo the class." I'm like, "When did she say that?" She's like, "Trust me, just text her." And I was like, "Okay." Can you wiggle your way back to that breaker? At the very bottom, she blew a fuse last night. Yeah. It's over here next to there should be one. I think it's down at the bottom. It's marked somehow. I know I marked it. And one of those are flipped. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's that second one from the top.
This one?
Yeah. I'm like, I know I marked it somehow. Because that breaker snaps every month or so. Yeah. I need to mail some t-shirts to people. I just haven't. The shipping rates right now, I don't know if it has to do with the Rona or not, but the shipping rates right now are astronomical. So I want one single shirt shipped inside the state of Colorado, $12.
Weird. I feel like people are either offering like free shipping or everything. Like last time I got a pair of Reeboks doing 50% off sale, so I got Nando's for $65. Free shipping.
Yeah, well, they're losing
Either
their.
free shipping or I'm gonna charge you an ass ton of money.
I mean, it's just. Yeah, I was like, I have time. I'll ship some things, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying $12 to ship a $10 shirt.
Yeah, but one of the group homes that I work at was they were the ones who gave it yesterday because one of their staff tested positive. And they have guys that are like already on oxygen.
It's so my cousin's wife has my we basically a little niece. She's my little niece, and she and she has a lot of problems, but they're really weird problems. So she has an iron uptake deficiency, which causes what's similar to Down syndrome and a chromosomal duplication.
Okay.
Not on 22 or not on 23, so it's not like Down syndrome and it's not Turner syndrome. It's like a mix between the two based off an iron deficiency. Yeah, it's the only time the doctors have ever seen it.
Yeah.
But no, with these certain supplementation, she's been getting like better, almost like caught up developmental wise. But it took almost a year and a half to get someone to diagnose it.
Wow.
Because it's such a new diagnosis and doctors just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So now she's incredibly immunocompromised because of it, like very severely. It's incredibly scary. Well, her mother is a social worker for a hospital that has been converted to a COVID unit. And they wouldn't, none of her doctors would write her a doctor's note. Not a single one.
That's crazy.
Because it's such a new diagnosis that they didn't want to get caught in like, oh, this is fake type of thing, which I don't know why it would matter. And so we ended up helping her find a doctor that would write her a note this week. But she took a week of PTO just so she wouldn't put her daughter at risk.
Yeah.
I was pretty mad when I found that out. Like,
Yeah.
you pansy ass doctors.
What am I saying? They're like, we really miss you. When do we see you? I'm like, you realize that like the person I live with is a pilot, and your kid has like severe I work with everyone with GD. They're all immunocompromised.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, so am I.
Yeah.
But I don't think I am. I think the study that basically shows some of the studies that show that people in wheelchairs are immunocompromised are done off sick people.
Okay.
It's like saying that my life expectancy is 19 years post-injury.
Right. People are already sick and really don't do anything.
Right? Like, it's just, it's weird. I think I have a stellar immune system. I fought off some really hard stuff.
That's good.
Stronger things have tried to kill me. If I get taken out by coronavirus, I'm gonna be pissed.
John Bryan got taken out by it.
Who? Who?
John Bryan is one of my favorite musicians. Old man. 73. He died yesterday. Complications.
I had a phone call with my brother. And I mean, you've met my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Very big conspiracy theorist. And he's saying that there's a group of people who are these celebrities that are dying.
Mm-hmm.
Are dying because they're part of like the pedophile ring that the Clintons and everything are a part of. And that there's a group of people that have found all this out and they're giving them a choice. Either die or they go public with the information. And so that's why all these celebrities are the ones dying.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch Towers.
I need to get Jenny into it.
I know. What is Jenny doing? Right?
I guess. You need to text them.
Should text her.
She's come once or twice.
Online?
Yeah.
The other day I ran a 5K, Kevin in my head. 5Ks are broken.
Most program workout on CrossFit.com.
That's how I improve it. 5Ks are program bulletadmon.com. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or, sorry, that should be or. All right. Am I on? We're on. Got review. Howdy, folks. We'll get started in a couple minutes. Yes. I was like, man, I forgot my coffee, but no, it's right here. Sammy, I have it. It's right here. Mm-hmm. All right, howdy, folks. We're gonna get started. We'll go over the plan for the day, maybe some equipment choices, have a good time. We got Sammy here at the gym. She's super pumped because she gets to touch a barbell today. She's not touched a barbell all quarantine. So it'll be fun. We'll have a good time. I'm drinking coffee. Awesome. All right. So over to the whiteboard real quick. We'll go over the plan for the day and we'll get started. So we're gonna start with some hip mobility, just some real simple stuff, getting the joints moving and grooving there. And then we're gonna go into squat therapy. With squat therapy, you're just gonna need a wall or an upright or anything that you can squat facing. We'll demo a little bit here in a second. And we're just gonna focus on maintaining midline tightness, so rib cage down to hip, and just focus more on proper positioning than we are depth. So depth, yeah, it'd be great if you can get all the way down. If you don't, I'm okay with it as long as positioning is maintained. We're gonna loop the thumbs, put them overhead, and get some good squats in there. We're gonna do 4 sets of 4. I'm gonna count the tempo of 5 seconds down, 2 seconds at the bottom, 5 seconds up, 2 seconds at the top. And then we're gonna rest 1 minute in between each set. Get some good squat therapy in. When we're done there, we're gonna go into an EMOM of back squats or front squats, whatever you have access to. If you have a barbell and you wanna do back squats, awesome. If you don't, and you just have like a dumbbell or kettlebell and wanna do some front squats or goblet squats, go for it. It's gonna be 6 to 12 reps every minute on the minute. Now the number of reps is dictated by the weight. If you have a high weight, if you have a heavier weight, you can go lower reps, say 6. If you have a really light weight, go higher reps, go 12. All right, so kind of pick those number of reps based on the weight that you have, okay? Once we finish that 10-minute EMOM, we're going into the workout, which is another EMOM. We're liking the EMOMs today. But it's 14 minutes, and it's going to be an alternating EMOM. So people who have full gym equipment, that's what FG stands for, full gym equipment, we're going to have a 14-minute EMOM. The first minute's going to be 10 wall balls, followed by max effort sit-ups in the remainder of that minute. So say it takes you 20 seconds to do the 10 wall balls, you have 40 seconds to do sit-ups, get as many as you can. The very next minute is 30 double unders and max effort mountain climbers. So again, however many seconds it takes you to do 30 double unders, or the remainder of the time, do max effort mountain climbers. Your score for this workout is total number of reps. So if you want to keep a running count, if you want to jot it down next to you somewhere, if you're just super smart and can remember that kind of stuff, go for it. But max number of reps. If you don't have double unders, go ahead and double those single unders. So you're going to do 60 single unders. Now, if you don't have a wall ball, any ball will do for these wall balls. Just kind of get 10. We're not really concerned with it. Basketball, child's play ball, I don't know. Or you can do a shoulder-to-shoulder squat with any odd object. So if you have no gym equipment, odd object, shoulder-to-shoulder squat would be a good substitution there. And then if you don't have a jump rope, you're just going to do 20 to 30 lateral hops. Now, 20 to 30 is based on how fast you can move. We don't want this taking the majority of the time. So if you consider that 30 double unders, even if you do them unbroken, even if you're slow at them, takes no more than 20 seconds. That's kind of what we're looking for. Don't take more than 30 seconds on either the first 10 wall balls or the first 30 double unders. Does that make sense? Everyone good there? Nice big thumbs up. Okay. Awesome. Any questions about the plan for the day? We'll do a little recovery stuff afterwards. But other than that, any major questions? What's a shoulder-to-shoulder squat? I'll show you guys, don't worry. Yeah, plank hold is a fine substitution, Melissa, absolutely. Go for that. Okay, a shoulder-to-shoulder squat is literally just a weird variation where you're gonna squat with the object on one shoulder, and when you stand up, you're gonna push it up over your head and over to the other shoulder and go back down to the squat. That's all it is. It just mimics a wall ball fairly well without having to throw. If you don't have something you can throw, that's a good way to get the same stimulus without having to throw something. Okay. Cool. Let's get into the warm-up then. So here's what I want first for the hip mobility. We're just going to start by getting some things loosened up and warmed up, a little dynamic warm-up here with the hip. So go ahead and now Sammy's going to take into, you're going to go ahead and step into the screen. Go this way. Yeah, you're dead center, sister. This is what you get for coming this morning. Go ahead and step out, and you're going to get into a deep runner's lunge. And you're going to sit down here for a little bit. Open the hips up. Then drop that leg across into pigeon. So that leg's going to come, the shin's going to come in front of you, and you're going to sit down and hang out in that pigeon position for a second. Then go ahead and switch legs. So other leg. Then go ahead and drop that down into pigeon. Then we're just gonna pull that back knee up and we're gonna do some hip rockers. So you're gonna do what I call a cheerleader sit. So if you guys check out Sammy, her back knee is bent and pulled to her other foot. And these hip rockers, all you're gonna do is, if you can without using your hands, you're gonna alternate your side. Switch there and switch back and switch. So we're gonna go back and forth here. If you need to use your hands behind you, that's perfectly fine. Don't fall over, but we're gonna try to do 15 of these to get those hips opened up a little bit. You're walking across the ground, Sammy. It's pretty funny.
I know. Keep on moving.
Once you guys finish 15, go ahead and find yourself an upright. So Sammy, you can use the pull-up rig back here. And we're gonna do what I call bad lunges, or bad side lunges technically. Let's use this one. And you're gonna get a nice wide stance. You can do this on a door frame. You really just need anything you can hold on to, so get even wider, like you're gonna do Cossack squats. There we go. And you're gonna go down to one side and hang on to that pole. And once you're down to that one side, you're gonna let that knee that you're bending into cave in. So you're gonna try to let it cave in as far as you can, and then push it back out. And then stand back up and switch sides. And then look down to the other side, let that knee cave in. Now, if you're super flexible and you can sit yourself on the ground in that lunge and let that knee come all the way in and touch the ground, awesome. If not, what Sammy's doing is perfect. So we're gonna just try to keep both heels down. We're gonna let that knee cave in and pull it back out. I just want 10, so 5 each direction. A little bit of a weird movement, but a nice way to get the hips warmed up and opened up and teach your body how to pull out of a bad position. Once you have 5 each direction, go ahead and stand up and relax. And we're gonna knock out some squat therapy. Okay, so I'm gonna have Sammy do it. Sammy, you wanna do it up here against the whiteboard, just so it's easier for them to see. So the way this is gonna work is Sammy's gonna go to the whiteboard. She's gonna face it. Her thumbs are gonna be linked over her head, or at least touching somehow. And she's gonna be in her normal squat stance. And from here, she's gonna really fight to maintain the midline. So the rib cage stays down at her hip. She's gonna push her butt back and down, and she's gonna keep squatting until she either gets to a sticky point where she feels like she can't go any farther safely, or she gets to depth. She's gonna hang out there for 2 seconds, and then she's gonna stand back up on my count for 5 seconds. So that's squat therapy. Here's the things I don't wanna see. 1, I don't wanna see super wide arms. I don't wanna see your arms go out here. I don't want to see your arms drop at your side. I want your arms over your head. Part of this warm up is for your upper back, not just for your squat. So make sure your hands are linked overhead or at least close together. 2, I don't want to see people's feet going super wide. I don't want you guys to compensate for the wall by going super wide with your feet or turning your toes out really far. I want your toes from that 10 to like whatever you would normally squat at, whatever stance your squat looks like, that's what we're going for. Final thing is I need you guys to be up against something. I don't care if it's a wall, a door, Brian's outside. Brian, if you want to do this up against a tree, that's fine. Anyway, like you have to have something in front of you. Otherwise, it's just air squats. All right, we need some the actual feedback that the wall provides. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns on that? Also, if you want some coaching on this, make sure that I can see your squat therapy squats. Okay. All right, guys. Once we have that, go ahead and find that patch of wall. Get yourself set up there. We're gonna start this party. We got this started in 10 seconds. Remember, it's 5 seconds down, 2 seconds at the bottom, 5 seconds up, 2 seconds to the top, and I will do the counting for you. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1, 2. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang on at the top. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang out. And back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And relax. I meant last rep, not last set. We still have 3 more sets. Makes no sense. That should feel pretty good, guys. It should feel like you're working pretty hard on these. If you feel like this is relaxing, you either need to get closer to the wall or stay a little bit tighter. You guys are looking pretty good on that. We have 1 minute of rest and we're going to do that again. Feels like a Hall & Oates morning. I'll tell you that much right now. Always. It's never not a Hall & Oates morning. Guys, we have about 15 seconds. We're going to go to that second set. Nope. Here we go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back, hurling out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and rest. It's well known at CrossFit Watchtower that the morning class, when I coach it, gets to listen to Hall & Oates radio because it's the best. If you disagree with that statement, that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. So you just can't beat it like a little Fleetwood Mac in the morning. It's good stuff. 30 seconds, guys. This is set 3 of 4. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Man, some of you guys really stood up fast on that last one. Anyone's legs getting tired? We have one more set here, guys. One more set on the squat therapy, and then we'll move on to that focus. Guys, big thing on this last set here. Watching a few of you guys, you're starting to get tired and you're starting to let yourself break here. So you're kind of sticking your butt out as you start. So you're creating that hyperextension in that low back. I really want you focused on trying to keep this one piece. So squeezing the abs down, squeezing this tight, and moving that torso and hip as one piece. Because when we're squatting, we want to wed that S curvature of our spine to our hip. We don't want a bunch of movement here. We want this to stay solid. Okay, so on this last set, I really want you to focus on keeping this as physically tight as you can through every single rep, all right? We got 10 seconds, last set. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Last set, or last rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hang out. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And relax, guys. Everyone should be feeling pretty good. That should have gotten your squatters all nice and warmed up. Your low back, your upper back should all be pretty on fire. Everyone feeling pretty good? If you're not feeling pretty good, there's a mobility class later today at 3:30. Well, 5:30 your guys' time, 3:30 our time. We're in Denver. So if you're not feeling great, join us for mobility at 5:30 East Coast time. All right, guys, here's what I need you to do. Go ahead and grab something to squat. Whatever you're gonna, front squat or back squat, doesn't matter which one you do. Choose one. Every minute on the minute, you're either gonna give me 6 reps if you have something super heavy, or you're gonna give me 12 reps if you have something super light. But you're gonna do that every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. Yep, 10 minutes. I got that right. Okay, so choose what you're gonna squat, figure out what you're gonna squat, shake your legs out for a second, grab a drink of water, and we'll get this party started here in a minute or two. I'm gonna let, Sammy is so excited, just touch a barbell, then I'm gonna let her throw some weight on that bar before we get to getting. There's a good chance to go to the bathroom, grab some water, tie your kids back up because they got loose. I figure that's how you parent, right? Like you just tie them up, or a doggy crate. I'm not a parent, obviously. I was playing this radio the other day and I started singing with it because it's really hard not to sing hollow notes with them. And someone on the camera told me to stop because it was distracting. I don't know if it was good distracting or bad distracting, but it was distracting. You ready, Sammy? Or are you gonna go with the? That's what I thought. All right, guys. So all it is just 6 squats. I want 6 to 12 quality squats. Don't just rush through them. Make sure they look good, but you also only have a minute to do it, so you have to move at least decently quick. But remember, smooth is fast. All right, we're gonna do this 10 minutes. Every minute on the minute, you gave me some squats, either front or back squat. We're gonna start this party in 10 seconds. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and squat. Nice, guys. Get those legs a burning. We got about 20 seconds, guys. Here we go, squatting again in 5, 3, 2, 1, and squat. All right, he's looking good. Staying tight, pushing that butt back and down, pushing the knees out by trying to screw your feet into the ground. Stay tight on these squats. Got about 30 seconds. Had to crank the tunes. I can't deprive you guys of this amazing music. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Numero 3 in 5, 3, 2, 1, squat. Looking good, guys. Remember, if it's heavyweight, just do 6. If it's lightweight, do 12. If it's somewhere between heavy and light, do 8 or something. Go with how you feel on that. I love making other people listen to Hall & Oates when they work out because I work out in silence. People think it's a little weird. I prefer no music whatsoever when I'm working out. I don't think that's strange. Here we go, set 4. In 3, 2, 1, and squat. It's like meditation with heavy weight, Sammy. Goes legs getting a little shaky.
Oh, yeah.
All the squats today. Squat therapy, front or back squats, wall balls. I can't even feel my legs and it sounds like my legs would be sore. 15 seconds. Here we go in 5, 3, 2, 1, and squat. This is set number 5. Yeah, Melissa, I'm getting the daughter squatting with you. Love it. I almost wore that same outfit to coach, that same dress. It would have been really awkward. Looking good, guys. Make sure you're breathing in between sets. Big breath in, big breath out. And make sure you're breathing into your stomach. Don't breathe into your chest. Try to get that air filling your stomach and then breathe back out. We're going on set 6 in 10 seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and squat. Steph, I love the ingenuity, squatting a child. It's good functional fitness is what we're talking there. Odd object squats, I dig it. We have Melissa squatting with a child, and then we have Steph squatting a child. So I think we're doing good here. Guys, that was set 6. We're going on to set 7 out of 10 here in 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good work, guys. Come on, finish out set 7. We got about 30 seconds before we go on to set 8. Only 3 sets left. Ten seconds. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Stay tight here, guys. Don't get tired and get sloppy. Squeeze gut, butt, and legs the entire time. Try to create that tension throughout your whole squat. Guys, we got 15 seconds going on to set 9. And 5, 3, 2, 1. One more set, guys. Last set in 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Nice, guys. Once you finish those squats, you are done with the EMOM. All right. Guys, once you're done with that, take a second, breathe, grab a little bit of water. Go ahead and get yourself a wall ball or whatever you're going to use for wall balls. I would suggest getting an ab mat if you have one. If you don't have an ab mat, you actually really don't need one. You can take like a sweater or a t-shirt and roll it up and put it underneath your low back. It does the same thing that an ab mat does. All we're looking to do with that is get rid of the space between your low back and the ground. It adds in it allows our abs to gain purchase sooner. So it's a little bit more of an ab movement and a little less of a slapping your back into the ground. So if you have that, great. So grab a wall ball, grab an ab mat or some variation thereof. Grab a jump rope if you have one. If not, find something to do lateral hops over. And finally, go ahead and get ready to do some mountain climbers. Now, here's my thing with mountain climbers. What I hate about mountain climbers is when people start doing the tippy-toesy mountain climbers. So if I have Sandy come up here, let's see if I can get her to do this well. When you do the mountain climbers, with that foot that comes forward, I want it to land flat. So so when she comes forward, I want it to land flat, and that's what I'm looking for there. What I don't want to see is like the short range, like tippy toe ones. I don't want these. I don't want those. Those are, I don't like them. I don't like them one bit. So make sure when we're doing those mountain climbers to try to land with that foot flat forward, okay? Just a reiteration of what we're going to do. We have 14 minutes. The first minute, you're going to do 10 wall balls and then max effort sit-ups with the remainder of that time. Then you're going to go immediately into the next minute, which is 30 double unders and max effort mountain climbers in the remainder of the time. Your score is a number of reps. So if you want to give yourself 5 or 10 seconds at the end of every minute to transition to the next movement, that's fine. That's up to you. Just make sure you're getting ready to start the next movement when I say 3, 2, 1, go, okay? Personal suggestion, I think you'll get more reps this way. If you give yourself 10 seconds to transition at the end, so say that first minute at that 50-second mark, if you give yourself that 10 seconds to take deep breath in, deep breath out, and that way when I say 3, 2, 1, go, you're ready to move, you will get more reps. Here's why. If you wait until I say 3, 2, 1, go to try to transition, you will dilly-dally, you will slow down, it'll take you forever to get to your jump rope or get to your wall balls, and you'll lose out on time. But if you just take that 5 to 10 seconds at the end of every minute and you use that to breathe and transition and you start that wall ball or double unders whenever I say go, I guarantee you'll have more reps. It works in Fight Gone Bad. It works in EMOMs like this, I promise, okay? Can't do mountain climbers. So Melissa, are high knees a possibility? What are we working with here? Is it an injury or is it like what's going on? Stitches in your back. So just we don't want to be pulling on them. Is that what we're worried about? Do you have anything to do step ups onto, like a box, a chair? Do step ups. Let's just knock out some step ups. Stay moving on those. Okay. Any other questions about this stuff, guys? Are we feeling pretty good about all this stuff? Good. Everyone looks super happy today. Again, I always love these Zoom classes because not a single person frigging smiles. Not a single one. You guys all look just stone-faced to tell. It's great. Makes me feel really good about myself. So, all right. It's going to be 14 minutes, guys. We're going to start with the wall balls or shoulder to shoulder. Jillian, if you're going to do the shoulder to shoulder with the dumbbell, just make sure both hands are on it. So we're doing, yeah. Beautiful. Cool. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Okay. All right. I'm going to crank the tunes. We're going to knock out some wall balls. We're going to have some fun. If there are no further questions and everyone's ready to go, here we go. Setting the clock. Starting in 10 seconds. Oh, what a great song to start to. 3, 2, 1, and go. If Pat Benatar doesn't get you going this early in the morning, nothing will. Get those 10 wall balls in and go immediately into max effort sit-ups. We're about 30 seconds deep, guys. Touch the ground over your head and make sure that shoulder comes in front of your hip. Shoulder in front of hip at the top of those sit-ups. We got 10 seconds. We're gonna start double unders in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. You guys are about 30 seconds in. Ten seconds, we're going back to wall balls. In 5, 3, 2, 1, 10 wall balls. Good job, guys. Let's stay moving. Stay moving. Good squats. Big pop of those hips. Use those hips to get that object over your shoulder or wall ball up to your target. Knock those 10 out quick. You guys are 30 seconds in, 30 seconds into this second round. Ten seconds, guys. And 5, 3, 2, 1, and double unders. Get to those double unders or single unders or lateral hops and get into those mountain climbers. Move quick on the mountain climbers. Make sure those heels are landing on the ground. Don't tippy toe it. Guys got 15 seconds. There you go, 5 seconds. Back to wall balls in 3, 2, 1, and go. Knock out those 10. Straighten those sit-ups. Same thing, guys. Touch that ground over your head. Get that shoulder in front of your hip. Move quick arm. Here we go. Double unders in 3, 2, 1. Double unders. Get to those double unders, get on those mountain climbers, guys. Stay moving. Let's go. Guys, we got 10 seconds. We're back on those wall balls. 3, 2, 1, wall balls. Keep moving, guys. Finish out those sit-ups on this round. You guys got 10 seconds. We're on to double unders. And double unders. Get through those double or single unders and get onto those mountain climbers quick. We're 30 seconds deep into this round. Guys, back to wall balls in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Make sure we're getting good squats, guys. Weight and heels, knees out. Let that ball knock you back into your heels, butt back. And use those legs to launch that ball. Really big hips here. Knock out those sit-ups, guys. We have 10 seconds. 10 seconds. On to double unders in 5, 3, 2, 1. Guys, 10 seconds. We're back to wall balls. Here we go in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Come on, guys, almost done, almost done. Second to the last round here. Get through those wall balls, get onto your sit-ups. Come on, guys. Keep knocking out those sit-ups. You guys got 10 seconds and we're on to double unders. Here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Guys, second to last round, second to last time you have to touch that jump rope. Let's keep it up. Knock out those single unders. Second to last time you have to touch them. $30 guys. Come on, knock out some mountain climbers. Go, Sammy. Guys, last round here. We got 10 seconds going to your last set of wall balls. In 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, guys. Knock out that last set of wall balls. Get into your last set of sit-ups. Ten seconds, guys. 10 seconds. We're going to the last set of double unders. And 3, 2, 1. Last minute. Last minute of work. Last 30 seconds, guys. Last 30 seconds. Get those mountain climbers in. Ten seconds. Finish it out strong. 5, 3, 2, 1, and time. Breathe, guys. Deep breath in, deep breath out. How's everyone feeling, huh? That was a pretty fun one. You can thank that came from my head coach and gym manager and all-around person who keeps the gym open, Megan John. That was one of her concoctions. I don't think Sammy is surprised. Big second or two, guys. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're going to play around with opening your hips back up after this, some squat holds, some pushing the knee in and out, and we're just going to hang out there for a minute or two. My suggestion is if your legs are already feeling pretty beat up, is to find something to hold again so you can kind of hang out at the bottom for a little bit without having too much pressure on yourself because we're really just trying to open things back up. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to get some whiteboard scores from you. I'm a huge fan of getting numbers on a whiteboard. I kind of miss that aspect of coaching. So we're going to throw that up there so people can kind of check that out. Ooh. Hold on. My computer was not prepared for all the Zooming that we're doing in the quarantine. So now I have to keep it plugged in like pretty much all day just to keep it going. Looks like Ron's left us, but that's all right. Brian, I'm going to unmute you guys because I want to hear you guys' score. We're going to unmute during all this kind of stuff. If you really want to mute yourself, go ahead and mute yourself, but otherwise everyone's going to be unmuted. Brian, what'd you get, bud?
I mean, I probably averaged 12 to 15 sit-ups and non-climbers. I didn't keep a running score.
No running score. So we usually just do this nice little smiley face for people who don't, have their score because you did the work. It's awesome. Emily, did you keep track?
No, I'm a smiley face.
Smiley faces. I love it. Early morning smiley faces. Steph? Smile. We're just going all smiley faces. I'm okay with that. Sammy, did you keep track?
I did.
What'd you get, Sammy? Sammy got 200. Jillian, did you keep track?
No, but I did 10 to 12 of everything.
10 to 12 on everything.
How many rounds did we do?
It's 14. So, 10 to 12 on everything would be somewhere between 100 and, 140 to 180 something.
No, close to Sammy, though, because I did 10 sit-ups, 10 mountain climbers.
That'd be 140. That'd be beautiful.
Well, whatever.
Love
It doesn't matter. I did
Melissa, what'd you get?
Smiley face.
Smiley face. Loving the smiley faces today. Ron's gone. We're gonna give him a smiley face, even though he's gone. We're gonna let him have that smiley face. Sarah, any clue?
No, I don't know.
Boom! I love it. A whole whiteboard of smiley faces for today's workout. I love that. Could be worse. Could be a whole whiteboard of frowny faces. Here's what we're gonna do next, guys. Go ahead and find something to squat up against, and we're just gonna spend 2 minutes in the bottom of our squat, really trying to focus on pushing our knees out and in, and trying to get back to a good range of motion here. So all you're gonna do is sit down at the bottom. I want you guys to take the elbow. For a minute, you're gonna push one knee out. The next minute, you're gonna push the other knee out. If you want to push both knees out, it's fine. You can lean on your knees so you can kind of get a little stretch in your calves. But I'm gonna set a timer, and we're just gonna hang out in the bottom for 2 minutes. Okay, so don't. If you want to start already, go for it. But you'll be in more than 2 minutes. Time starts now. We're just gonna hang out here for 2 minutes, trying to push those knees out and get those hips open back up. My suggestion in these 2 minutes is don't just sit still. Like rock to your left, rock to your right. Let your knees cave in, pull them back out. Like really explore your hips and your ankles. Rock forward, rock back. Like explore that bottom position and try to get a little bit more range of motion back into those hips after all the squatting we did. This is a good place to also work on breathing. So like huge breaths into your stomach and big breath out. Try to make each breath a little bit longer, a little bit slower, a little bit deeper. It's a good place to kind of check in on that kind of stuff. Now admit, you guys love the Hall & Oates music. No one hated it. It's good stuff. You guys have 45 seconds left hanging out down here. Last 20 seconds, guys. Keep exploring that squat. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and pull up out of that squat. All right, guys. That is your 8 a.m. out where you guys are at, or 6 a.m. here class. Any questions, comments, or concerns? You can say anything you want, positive or negative, unless it's about my music choice, and then you don't get to say anything negative because you know you loved it. That's just hard fact right there. Okay. If not, guys, just so you guys know, we do have some cool stuff coming up. Let me bring up the schedule real quick so you guys can know some other things you guys have the benefit of having on the schedule for this week. Today we have CrossFit Kids. with Steph and Jen at 5:45 p.m., 3:45 if you're here in Denver. I don't think any of you guys are. And then we have mobility at 5:30. So you guys get to choose one of those two. We have yoga tomorrow at 5:30 as well. So if you guys want to knock down some mobility today and yoga tomorrow, you should feel pretty good. CrossFit Kids is back at 5:45 on Friday p.m. Also at this will be 10 a.m. your guys' time, 8 a.m. here. We have RPT. We have an in-house PT here. Shannon, my wife, and then a guy named Zach Harmon run True Strength Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. And they're going to be on here at 10 a.m. your guys' time talking about what pain actually is and how to manage it and fix it within training. So a lot of people coming back from injury, or if you have any like tightness or pain that's causing you to kind of modify what you're doing, coming back from that's a little different than most people think. And there's some really cool literature out there on what pain actually is and how to work around it. And they're going to be talking about that on Friday at 10 a.m. It's going to be more of like a lecture, question and answer thing than more so than moving. But if you're someone who has any injuries or has pain, that'd be really cool for you guys to get into. We have the hero workout on Saturday, and that is at, correct me if I'm wrong, Steph, is that at 8 or 9? What time is that at? 9? Cool. And then regular class. They have the Neuse River Ruckus, which is like an endurance thing. If you guys like cardio, I'm not a cardio guy. I like the heavy stuff. I don't know if you can tell by this power belly right here. Then we have, this week we have pre and postnatal with BirthFit at, I'm guessing that's at 2:30 Eastern time. So go ahead and knock that off if you want to. Other than that, guys, enjoy, what is today, Wednesday? Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.